without further ado, before I air out all their secrets that they freaking saying in the back room and shit, my peoples have no idea that the mic is live and they talking all over WhichCraft's verse and shit. Yo, everything was silent. Everything was silent for Bobby's verse, for fucking Diesel's verse. As soon as WhichCraft starts spitting, these brothers come in and start talking mad loud. Yeah.
Sorry.
No, man, it's all love. I love fucking shit like that. It's spontaneous. Yo, welcome to WVCC Cypher Life Radio. It is the Thursday night Cypher. Yeah. Fellas, I want to welcome y'all. I have certain rules that I start the interviews off with. Everybody has to follow by these rules. I don't introduce any MCs or any producers. This is a cypher. You must make yourself known. So I only ask 3 questions of all my guests. And I'll start off with my guest to my left that has the dope Certain Ones logo and graphic in the back. He's stayed up. I think it's like, what, 4 o'clock in the morning where you at, brother?
Yeah, it's 3:30 over here, man. Like, got the missus asleep upstairs, but yeah.
I gotta keep it low, H. Yo,
yeah, man.
Hold on, let me bring our brother in. I got 3 questions for all of y'all. Brother, who you is, where you from, and what you rep, beat player?
Yo, man. So my name is DJ Evidenz. I'm coming from the UK near London, man, and I rep that boom bap all day, man.
Yeah, Evidenz in the fucking building. My brother to my right, my other brother who is here fucking chopping it up way early. Who you is, where you from, and what you rep, word player.
Yeah, I'm Bobby Craves, your official Certain Ones representative, and I'm coming from the NYC.
What's good, Bobby? How you doing, brother? Welcome to the Cypher. My brother on the lower left-hand corner with the glowing aura. He looks like he opened up the suitcase from fucking Pulp Fiction behind him and shit, and it's fucking shining the light from him. Could you tell the people who you is, where you from, and what you rep, word player?
The name is Serge, from Columbus, Ohio, and obviously a part of the Certain Ones crew.
Hey, Bomb.
Good to be here. Appreciate it.
Salute to you, Serge. Man, I thought your camera wasn't going to work, man. It was there freaking delaying. I'm glad to have you in the Cypher. We can see
Appreciate
it. And the man who has freaking brought y'all to freaking our little spot of the map down here in South Florida, our little sandbox over here. Our brother is no stranger to our Cypher. He is no stranger to the show. We play anything that this brother puts out. Could you tell the people at home who you is, where you from, and what you rep, word player?
Peace. WhichCraft, repping the Certain Ones, and a big up to Cypher Life. WVCC, thank you for having us, man.
Oh, thank you all for fucking kicking it with us, man. Thank you, Evidenz, for being up at 3 in the morning.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, no, thank you. It's an honor. It's worth it, man. This is my usual hours anyway, man. It's blessed. It's blessed.
Yo, you know you got your pajama bottoms on, brother.
He's like, I produce in the nude, yo. You're lucky I put a shirt on.
Yo. From the neck up, I'm good.
Yo, we're gonna talk about all things aura in a little bit, man. But let's retrace the steps, man. We got the UK represented. Where in the UK are you from, Evidenz?
Yeah, so I'm specifically from a place called Brentwood in Essex, which is just slap bang right on the edge of London, man. So, yeah, to make it easy, let's just say London. Yeah, man.
I keep up with the last kingdom, so Essex was the kingdom of Wessex back in the day. In the previous
yeah. Hey, man, you know more than the history than I do. All I know is I was quick to get out of there, man. It's a bit of an aggy place, but still, man, represent.
Yo, what you have been producing, we've been loving over here in the States, man. You guys have been working on this project for a while. I know Which has been dropping the singles for this, right, for a while, and then the videos to go along with it. We just played the video for Ever Ever. We played the video for Heart Spark. Fantastic videos. How long have you guys been working on the Aura album? And before we get into that, the album is titled Certain Ones Present. So can the Certain Ones representatives in the house tell us how you guys came up as a unit and said, yo, we're gonna go ahead and push this project out to represent what we stamp in this hip hop community?
Well, when it comes to the length of time that it took to make his best at arts WhichCraft, because I'm awful with dates. For me, I think it was about half a year, but it could be shorter than that. I feel like it was done quick. So yeah, WhichCraft, take that away, man.
Man, so we did the Play on Words 2 years ago, and that was the first song. And Play on Words got a lot of love. The DJs like just jumped on it and got a lot of play, and you know, so we were really happy with it. And then that's kind of what built the foundation of WhichCraft and Certain Ones, you know what I'm saying? Because me and Bobby Craves were kind of going back and forth, and me and Evidenz was already working. I was picking through his folder of like 100 beats. I was like, oh my God. I was like, there's so much to pick from. And I'm like, oh my God. It was like, where do I start? Where do I finish? You know what I'm saying? So I've been.
Most producers send beat packs of like 10 and stuff. You know,
nah, not
like,
him.
Like, go swimming, brother.
He has like lo-fi, hardcore hip hop, like and like 50 beats in each folder. I was like, oh shit, they were all dope too. You know,
each folder's like a different genre.
So at least he's organized like that, and it doesn't just say like my favorite producers are the ones that send you the beat pack, and it's just like the code of that it comes out in their freaking when they download it. So you're like, how am I ever gonna remember that if I want to search for that shit? I'm like, remember 96, 78. Yo,
yeah.
I always end up just thumbing through the shit, and I'm like, oh man, I just forget about gems that are in there.
Exactly, and then you hear them back, and you're like, fuck, I had something written to that joint. Yo, so thank God for producers like Evidenz that's organized and that freaking puts their beat packs, even if it's 100 beats at a time.
Yeah, man. Yeah. And some of these are like old beats too, man. So the great thing about this project, I'll say quickly, is that WhichCraft has actually picked up on beats that are some of these like 10 years old, man. The intro, that's like over 10 years old, that one. And you know, maybe he's picked up on the ones that Bobby didn't see, or maybe give a different edge to it. So that's what I love about this album, man. Like, yeah, WhichCraft, yeah, he had an ear for the right ones, man.
Talk about it. How many times do you hear that in interviews now when you're hearing about a record that you love and you're like, yo, that joint right there, and the producers are like, shh, that's 13 years old.
Yeah, right.
And it's just, it goes to show when it's good art, it's timeless and it's subjective. Nobody can tell you what Dali is. Oh, that's freaking 46 years old or 80 years old. No, man, art is art, and it retains its value. So
do you know what? I listened back to some of the stuff I was making on the MPC 500, and I can't even remake that shit now. You know, man, like, yeah, I've got better since then, more technical, but there's just some stuff that, yeah, it's timeless, man. And WhichCraft catches that groove, man, as well as the Certain Ones, the crazy, as you know, man. They've got a plethora of crazy producers that I have to compete with, as you know.
So friendly competition.
Let's talk a little Certain Ones, man, because WhichCraft put me onto you guys for the last about year and a half, which has been pushing the Certain Ones brand and name hard, man. He keeps on telling me, yo, Certain Ones, you gotta check out Certain Ones. He sends me freaking the singles that you guys drop, and everything is dope. But at first I thought Certain Ones was a couple of MCs. Then I heard it was a crew, and then everybody started popping up that they were sort of tied in with Certain Ones, and it goes deep. And then the other day, last week, which is like, yo, the new Certain Ones Presents album is dropping tonight, and I didn't know he was talking about Aura. I thought you guys were dropping a group album, so I flew to Bandcamp trying to look for your album, see if I could play something, and I ran into the joint you guys dropped in 2020, the one that my man Evidenz has in his background. Can you tell us a little bit about
which is fire?
Yo, it's fucking fantastic, man. I've been playing it all week. If it wasn't from 2020, I would have put it on the weekend bag, but I only do new music reviews there. But yo, fire. And to find such a great album at any time, it sounds brand new to us. We got a brand new member in the Cypher.
Fortified, there you go.
Brand new member of the Cypher. This man is smoking an extendo clip, yo. Yo, my man, there's 3 questions I ask all my guests. I have to ask you as you come in. When your audio starts working, please let the people at home know who you is, where you from, and what you rep. Word, player. His mic isn't working yet. His audio is gonna come.
That's his mic right there.
Yeah, that is.
This shit ain't working.
Click on the mute button, brother.
He speaks through one of those Chromeo freaking vocoders and stuff.
What's up, guys?
My name is Fortified Mind. Yo,
oh shit, Bobby got that. Yeah. He's got that Planet Rock going, man. Jesus, Bobby.
Yo, so Serge, Bobby, can you tell the people at home, man, that might not know that might be new to the sauce? I know I got a lot of dedicated hip hop heads down south. that grew up on the underground indie hip hop scene since the mid 90s. But there's a lot of indie hip hop scenes all around the nation that we never tapped into, and that were never given the record deal breaks, that were never put on Yo MTV Raps, that were never put on Rap City. Could you tell us at home a little bit about how far the Certain Ones crew brand name go back, and what were the origins of Certain Ones?
Serge, go ahead, bro.
I mean, I think from what I recall, basically it all kind of started out in the early days of SoundCloud, I would say. And I think we were all kind of just doing a lot of solo projects. And I remember I listened to something I just came across random, on some stuff that Bobby was working on.
Okay.
And it was Bobby and his brother. And I believe they were already under the moniker of Certain Ones at the time, if I'm not mistaken. And so basically, I think he had heard some of my stuff. I had heard some of his stuff. I believe he reached out to me, was like, yo, you want, I think we commented on each other's work. And I think he reached out to me like, yo, you want to collab on something? And it pretty much started off with that. And it was just one joint, another joint, another joint, another joint. Then it was like, yo, you want to do this Certain Ones thing? And then it was like, new cats little by little trickling in, and we just kept building and building and building. And went up to NYC, did a little show up there, connected with a few of the people, live in the flesh, vibed out a little bit. So we definitely got a little taste of what it kind of is, you know what I'm saying? Because when you're with kind of a distance apart, it's kind of like, yeah, you're vibing, but when you actually in person together for a certain amount of time, then you kind of, it's kind of like, bunking with some people, you know what I mean? You just kind of start to connect.
Yeah. And that's where the camaraderie starts building.
Yeah, on a deeper level, And so I think after that, it just kind of after the NYC thing, I think we started picking up more momentum, and little by little by little. I don't even know how long has it been, Bobby?
Since 2013, basically like 10 years. But
Yeah.
Since then, we've, Certain Ones is a collective. Like Wu or somebody, for example, they're a group. It's a bunch of dudes who basically grew up together. This is a collective of handpicked affiliates from all over the world. And then we all do our own thing, but we also represent Certain Ones, and we're under a Certain Ones umbrella. So we all come together and do this project as well, even though we're all doing our own. And that would, to mention on like Certain Ones presents, it's kind of the same thing as under that umbrella.
Right.
So salute to that.
Oh, man. We got him.
There you go, Bob. Oh, and he changed his background and everything. His audio's coming on. Don't worry, just take some time.
You in there? Just click that little mute button on the bottom of the screen. That's on the left side.
I think he's good.
Peace. Speak. You can't hear us? 1 second.
Oh, man.
We got you. No?
Check your mic options and your audio options to hear everybody else. He'll get connected with us. But when first of all, let me just take a step back. Now that was in 2013 when you guys met up. So SoundCloud was fairly new. Right now, you hear SoundCloud rapping, and you're like, anybody who sends me a SoundCloud freaking link, I mean, like, what am I in for? But imagine
it was a dope format when it first
started, exactly. And
that shit was high.
I only think now, I'm like, man, I'm fucking sleeping. I might be missing out on the next freaking Bobby Craves or Feral Serge that are out there, and for you guys to be able to meet each other on that platform and start building, and man, from the just. If I could show, I'll bring it up a little bit later in the interview, that album cover, the amount of people you guys got on that cover, that shit looks like the Tribe Called Quest Midnight Marauders freaking album cover. Yo, you guys
it's more now. My man, he lives in Greece, bro. He does the animated videos that we have. And
salute to what's my man's name?
House Riot.
Yes, House Riot, man. Salute to House Riot. He does the fucking really dope videos with the people with freaking blank eyes and shit.
Yeah, he's working on like some Ill Bill shit, and he done like Onyx and all kinds of stuff, bro. But he's currently working on a current group picture, because now there's like 27 of us. And that picture, I think there's like maybe 20.
Yeah.
It's about 27 now.
So
it's going to be a current one, and he's doing a little animated thing of it as well. So,
that's
you know, I was talking with him. He's did the videos. We was talking about doing like some Scooby-Doo little short films, like little 5-minute certain ones films, you know, like 5 of them, and then it just makes like a whole half-hour episode.
I was I know I have Up to Bat. I think it's a new one. It just dropped a couple weeks ago. Where Bobby Craves on it. I think somebody else where you guys are like rhyming like on a platform or something. One dude sitting down on the side and stuff, and it starts off with like a green background in the face. And I saw a couple of videos that he was doing with the people walking down the street and somebody just standing on the corner just rhyming and stuff, right? And his characters walking back and forth. So I see you guys are doing a run with him, man.
He's a dope animator, man. He's my homie. He's from New York.
Okay.
He moved to Greece about 5 years ago. So I went to Greece last summer, and while I was there, we did the video for Evil Twin.
Okay.
But
that's fire, by the way.
Sure. Yeah, he's ill, man. So I like throwing that animation aspect into the mix as well. I mean, we trying to. I'm into so many different subcultures. I'm talking skateboarding, you know, I'm a BMXer myself, animation, and I mean, you name it. I'm just into this shit. So it's nice to collab everything, man, because all those people in those different genres are all listening to hip hop.
Word.
You know what I mean? So I'm just trying to touch all bases.
Hey, yo, I fixed that shit. What up, team?
He's in.
All right, so I got 3 questions for you, my man. Who you is, where you from, and what you rep. Word, player.
Hey, what's up, Rudy, man? My name's Pierre. Fortified Mind is what most people know me as. Shit, man. I got German and French roots. I grew up in the States, in Connecticut and North Carolina, mostly North Carolina on the coast.
From where I was from, like a minute down the road.
Oh shit!
Yeah, I didn't know it. I saw it on his Bandcamp. It said Charlotte, North Carolina. I was like, damn, dude, I used to stay right outside of Charlotte. It was like, but I grew up in Wilmington, North Carolina.
Okay.
But I spent 7 years in Connecticut before that, so it's kind of like that's. It's kind of why I have a northern accent a bit. So yeah, and I rep that fucking raw hip hop, that lyricism, that fucking wordplay that makes you double take and shit.
Amen.
I don't even know what I'm writing sometimes. I don't have like a plan really, but I just fucking whatever I feel, you know what I'm saying? And I'm repping that certain ones. You know what I'm saying?
The ones.
You know, it's 4:30 in the morning. I just had a little vaporizer. So
holy shit, where are you at that it's 4:30 in the morning?
Oh shit, yeah. I moved. I spent the last 6 years in the States. I spent in Austin.
Okay.
In Austin, Texas. So after North Carolina, I didn't grow up in Austin, but like that's where my pops was. And yeah, and so I moved out there for the last 6 years, and then where am I at?
Yeah, where you at?
I moved back to where like all my family was at, like in Germany.
Oh, so you in Germany now?
Yeah. Because I was actually.
How is it 4:30 in the morning in Texas? What fucking part of Texas? I know the state is big, but God damn.
Watching too much Rick and Morty. Yeah, I was actually born out here, and I moved to the States when I was 4 years old. So, my pops was with the company that moved to the States in '84, and then we grew up in Connecticut, and then. At 11, I moved to North Carolina till 24, and then 24, another 6 years in Austin, Texas, and now I'm out here. So.
And the certain one sent you out to fucking recruit in Germany. Go get us some
international. He got the title track too. He got the title track.
He does. Yo, he is not only on the title track, but he is also the first voice that you hear on the album. Comes out burning a fucking killer verse on Aura. Made me an instant fan. What's the hip hop scene like out in Germany, man? Are you tapped in at all with the hip hop scene out there?
That's why. That's kind of why I stayed, man. Because France and Germany's got such a tight hip hop scene, and England, no doubt. What up, Evidenz? What up, Bobby?
Yo, Fortified Mind, man. Yeah, I can back you on that. Europe, man, we've been loving it. Been on the outside of the US, man. We've just all the US artists will tell you, Onyx, all them boys, man. We love it out here. We really. I just see people under the stairs that just broke up in Jazz Cafe, and they was talking about how it was down to the UK that they had a career, you know. So I know Germany hold it down, man. Germany hold it down and the Wu-Tang heads too, man. So big up Germany.
Yeah, so that's why I was always out here, man. I mean, every time I come out to visit, like my grandparents are like, you know, or in Paris, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just loved it out here, and there was such a love for America too. Like everybody loves America, so you kind of like already. If you're just from the States, man, you're
don't live
like
here.
already.
Exactly, I was gonna say.
Spoiled.
Exactly, we should trade places.
Yeah.
But and that's part of the dope part of having a conglomerate, a crew of. I mean, you guys are basically like a fucking. It's a corporation moving with different parts, man, because all of you guys are all working on your own music and bringing it under one flag. But what's dope when you have different tentacles and different moving parts is everybody's bringing talents to the table. Everybody's not only bringing a musical talent, but like Bobby was saying, there's different things he's into. And because of his love for art, he connected with House Riot, and now he's got a way of it must be fucking impossible to get all of you guys in one place to film a video. But everybody could take some footage, send it to somebody who does a fucking animated video, and make everybody look like they're in the same place. That's doable, right?
Yeah.
When you have a DJ up in the UK and an MC in Germany, which we're all grown men. That's the difference. When we're little kids and we're knocking on doors and we're saying, "Hey, let us rap at your venue and stuff." Yeah, whatever. Get out of here, schmuck. But when we're grown men with a fucking with a track record, we need you guys fucking planting the flag over there. And
we kind of did that. Bobby. If you remember, I've got that single, which is my first official single, "Left for Dust," and it's got Diesel on there on the second verse, and we got the guy from Killer Army. What's his name, Bobby?
Beretta 9.
Oh, Connecticut.
Yeah, Beretta 9. Yeah, man. So Beretta 9 on the first verse, then Diesel comes.
Apex Zero's on that shit.
Yeah, from the UK, Apex Zero on the second verse, and then Diesel absolutely smashing it on the third verse. And so, we had to get pieces of that, and so we managed to get pieces of footage of every single MC in that. So man. So
we need to have you guys freaking be our to bring artists out there, man. We need people out there to start building that bridge over where we could start sending WhichCraft, Serge, Bobby, freaking certain ones. And I mean, the growth of MCs that are happening over here, and then the same way build it backwards where artists can start coming here now. That's because both of our scenes keep our music alive, man.
Well, we just trying to make hip hop better. You know what I'm saying? Instead of it just being what it is or being what it was. Like there's all these people that like preach the 90s vibe. I love the 90s vibe, everything about it. But we're living in the present moment, and we're trying to make hip hop better now. So we'd be that example. A lot of the people from those days couldn't do what we're doing now. Like me and Bobby and Pharaoh, all of us on this, we all make songs every week. You know what I'm saying? Every other week, every month, we don't stop, you know what I'm saying? And not to knock what my peers did before me, but we're like the mutant version of them. And we just want to make it better to inspire that in the newer generation that's coming out. You know what I'm saying?
Agreed, man.
The reason we started doing WVCC Radio is because I got tired of hearing that. Hip hop is dead. There ain't no new hip hop and stuff. All I listen to is
in the right place.
My favorite from the 90s and stuff. So I said, I'm hearing a lot of dope shit. I can't stop finding dope shit that's new, right? People need to hear this. Let me have it all in one place where I can at least tell the people I know from South Florida and from across the map, this is where you can find this at all times. And I tip my hats out to you. In all my write-ups, I always refer to WhichCraft as a workhorse that keeps on putting out music. Certain ones, you guys are on the same grind. And I'm sure that it was that that work ethic and that like-mindedness that you saw in WhichCraft that you said, yeah, we fucks with this, right? What you guys are doing and providing that. Anytime that I want to tell somebody, yo, nah, you got to listen to this, I could easily refer a WhichCraft track. I could easily refer Aura to them. I could easily refer now Certain One's freaking last album in the new shit you guys are dropping. Right now, the timer is telling me I got 7 minutes left. When the 7 minutes are up, I'm gonna play a joint. You guys just hit that invite again that you have on your IGs and stuff. You'll come right back in the room after the joint's done. We'll wrap up the interview with some questions and stuff, and we'll tell the people where to find you. But what can you real quick name each of y'all one influence from the past and how you personally feel that you're trying to personally one up, or what you guys are trying to bring new to the table? Evidenz, can you tell us one of your influences from the past, maybe your biggest influence?
Oh gosh, man, so many. I mean, I can say like Wu-Tang, but that's more kind of my views on life and wanting to help the youth and so on, man. So Wu-Tang had just had an absolutely massive effect, more than just a group. But when it comes to the influences, man, I have to start off with like DJ Premier, man. Just, you know, they weren't just beats. You could feel like there was something scenic going on. You could feel the man behind the machine, and it's just this WhichCraft, you know, man. And I just hope people hear that in my beats, that you're not just hearing a sample and drums, you're hearing someone perform.
Right.
Deep.
Dude, I got a Premiere sticker right next to my turntable.
Yeah, man. But that 3 dynamic in your face, you getting grabbed, you can't ignore it kind of thing. Yeah, man. Yeah.
And the brother's still doing it at top level, and not only that, but just preserving hip hop, man.
Preserving. Yeah. Absolutely. That's the whole point.
Yep. Yeah.
Bobby, influences,
man. Early Digital Underground. I loved Digital Underground when I was a kid. Del the Funky.
There you go.
Bro, all day. He was Ice Cube was one of my early influences.
Early Ice Cube was fucking fire. I wish my brother Georgie was here. It's fucking classic, though.
Yeah, I love Cube, man. That guy's had the voice and the flow, man. He was the real deal. But
Definitely.
you know, of course, everything they touched on. But currently, what I was in, you know, obviously Doom.
Oh yeah.
Like Strange You. That's my favorite shit. But
Strange You.
I met Strange You out here.
Strange You.
Ooh.
Bro, if you don't know
Cashmere, you're talking about Cashmere, right?
I am, bro.
Yeah, I just supported him.
I didn't know you even knew them, dude.
Yo, everybody out there, write that name down. Strange You, Cashmere.
Yeah, man, I just supported them, a few weeks ago. Yeah, man. Yeah.
Yeah, Dr. What's his name? What's the beat guy? Dr. something.
Dr. Zygo. Yeah, Dr. Zygo. Yeah.
Yo,
I met them out here in Cologne, dude.
They're UK's finest, bro.
I'll definitely look that up.
Oh, I gotta check them out. Strange You.
Yeah.
Like Strange Universal.
Dude, this shit is bananas.
Oh,
yeah, Cashmere. You crazy out there, man. UK certain ones. UK certain ones.
Dude, I filmed their whole live show. I filmed it on camera and shit. Like I put it together and chopped it up. I got it on my channel, actually, on my YouTube channel. Just type in Strange You.
You know who I
big up Fortified.
You know who I fuck with out there that's got a big family that they just fucking crazy. These kids, Cult of the Damned. You heard of them?
Yeah, man. Yeah. That's crazy, man.
They're nasty. Cult of the Damned is fucking all this shit.
Hey, man, we're bringing it, man. We're bringing it. UK's got something going on. I'm telling you, man. We've been keeping it fire for years, man.
Yeah, we play a lot of stuff on the Blah label and on the high. What is it? High Focus.
Yeah, that's it. High Focus. Yeah, man.
Focus. Really, they got a lot of ill shit on there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man.
Safe after a minute.
Too. Yeah, they're like a little UK freaking mellow music or freaking ruckus.
Yeah.
Man, they fucking
they
don't
like that Portishead vibe.
Yeah, man. A lot of them derive from stuff when I was like from 20 years ago. So it's a lot of old school artists coming back together again. Yeah. So it's with a bunch of new artists. So yeah, just the inspiration over here from the US and from the UK. Hip hop is alive right now, boys. Like, inspiring.
Yeah. I'm gonna look up Young You. What was it? I already
Strange You.
I already fucked up their name. I won't read it. My man Serge. Influences, brother.
Serge.
Influences early on. definitely Big Daddy Kane at one point.
Nice.
Slick Rick, obviously, at one point.
Nice.
Moving on, probably, you know, Guru definitely played a role.
Yep.
So many to mention. Tribe Called Quest, De La Soul, Jungle Brothers. And then I would say, furthermore, going back to the West Coast, I would say Safir.
Okay. There you go.
You know, I mean, I don't really hear too many folks talking about him outside the Bay, but to me, like once I got my hands on that initial album and I heard, what is it, Light Sleeper, that's joint
that's
right
off that
there.
fucking the first Safir album. What was that?
The Hobo with the Hobo Junction.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, the production on it, everything was very, very unique, very industrial sounding. You know what I mean?
Far Side from around there too, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Far Side's another one, and obviously Del the Funky Homo Sapien is a big one too. So
especially what he did with Dan the Automator, that was ridiculous.
Yeah.
That album is fucking classic. It's just a stamp in that time. I remember trying to hate on the Deltron 3030 so much because
oh my god,
it was just so thematic and it was it was for me, I guess themed albums at that time weren't as common. Like that brought out a slew of themed albums like the Prince Amongst Thieves, the Deltron 3030, where there were whole story albums and stuff, and to follow along with them was a little tough. And at that time, I was fucking with Cold Flow really hard, so I'm here like, it's trying to be that, but you have to follow along with the story and stuff.
And that's funny you said Company Flow, because I feel like this album that we just did is another one of those. You know, it's another one of those that will eventually, you know what I'm saying, seep, you know, like just seep into the underground, like those roots. You know, I feel like there's
definitely
Aura is Company Flow track straight up.
There's definitely some cuts on there.
What?
Yo, there's definitely some the certain ones big posse cut on that feels like a track off of fucking Funk Crusher Plus. That feels like a Fire in Which You Burn type fucking track.
Yeah, Bobby arranged all that, man. On his beat, Bobby did a great job on that mix.
Fucking fire. Thank you so very much, Evidenz, for my first ride on a UFO. Yo, this whole album and from the get-go, it's track the beam, lift you off the fucking your seat where you're listening to it and take you for a ride, man. Great album, great features. My man Fortified Minds are like, it's 5 a.m. over here, motherfucker.
What you got in there, man? Find out. All right.
Is that your cannabis microwave, yo?
That's my little portable microwave. A little Buddha cess. Yeah, I had to put my influences out there, yo, like Redman, Be Real, fucking Pharaoh Monch,
let's go.
Most Def, fucking the whole entire Wu-Tang, fucking Boot Camp Click, Boot Camp Click. Can't forget them.
Rest in peace, Sean Price.
Sean Price,
man. What other MC rebuilt his whole career like he did? I think
I know
Sean
he
Price
died on my birthday, dude. He died on my birthday.
So you always celebrate a man. We'll always celebrate. And isn't that how it goes from life to death, and we never really die, right? And
Nocturnal album. That Nocturnal album changed.
Oh, I know, one of the best albums ever.
Yo, fantastic fucking album. And the funniest thing is that at that time, at the Nocturnal album, it was all about fucking Rockness Monster, dog.
Yep.
Well,
Sean killed it on that.
He did, but he was. I mean, just like Prince Poe kills it on every Organized Confusion album, right. But. Yo, it was the Pharaoh Monch show, right? Yo, Fife killed every verse he was on, but it was the Q-Tip show at Tribe and stuff. And in early Helter Skelter, yo, Rockness Monster was just the voice, the freaking talk bomb, and Sean was really in the cut, right? Just freaking the smooth talker. He wasn't. Smack the shit out your gorilla fucking Sean Price. Yo, exactly.
You'll love it even more.
Oh no, definitely. When you go back and listen to the other stuff, but I think he completely remade himself. I mean, at a time he was like the face of Boot Camp Click. It was did he freaking change it to like Ruck Down or something? Like from the Ruck Down Records, he changed it to Ruck Down and stuff. Like
his name wasn't even P. Like my nickname was P all throughout fucking school, dude, because nobody wanted to say Pierre. But it's basically like but basically, like, I changed in '96. I changed my name because, like, and that's another influence, Prodigy, because Prodigy, I didn't want to stay P-double-E, because I found out Prodigy was, his nickname was P, and then PMD, his name was P, and then later I found out. Well, anyways,
the Styles P, yeah.
Well, fellas,
I was like, I better change my name. So I was like, Checkmate, and then later on I was like Pangea, and then later on I was Fortified Mind.
Why do we always settle on the not so freaking out there name? It's a Pangea was a dope name, yo. But somebody always
just because I'm from different continents and shit, and so it made sense.
Fellas,
what's going on with the album? What's going on? Yeah, dope album, yo. Congratulations, I wanted to say, by the way.
Salute on Aura, man.
Bless, thank you.
I wanted to talk real quick because something that Fortified hit on is something, since we're from an older school and we hold up a standard, man. I feel you guys hold up a standard when it comes to lyricism, when it comes to beat selection, production, holding up this culture. My man said, I changed my name because P was already called P. You remember those days, dog, where you wouldn't be named? I spell my name with an 8, H2O's, only because H2O is taken by a brother in Atlanta, and there's another punk rock group called H2O. Right. So I'm like, nah, I ain't gonna bite their name. I'm gonna flip it my own way, right?
Right.
There was a time that we did that we held that as sacred.
Yeah, very much.
Nowadays,
very much.
It's like somebody else will come out and you'll check them. You'll be like, yo, do you know that there's already a Cool Keith? And they're that's an old head and stuff. Talk a little bit about growing up in that area and how that has affected how you guys push your music nowadays, right? Because it's very easy and tempting to sell out, right? And the fact that you guys haven't, I think, is what's kept your brand pure and your fan base, right, growing.
Yeah, it's just being about being progressive at all times, and just being, I think most of us, and I know most of us in this crew, that's what got me to this crew, is that we're all express ourselves and not afraid to be ourselves on track. Like, nothing that you hear is fake or a little overly done, which I'm not going to say no names, but you hear a lot of that these days. A lot of things are coming from ego, where in certain ones we're more or less just coming from what we really are. Like you see Bobby, you see Evidenz, the way you see us on a track, that's us in real life too. There's nothing fake about it. It's all, and that's what we would encourage for any MC. Just be yourself, love who you are. Everybody's a star,
Yeah, it's having a love for the craft and having integrity, bro.
Integrity.
That's it. Love having I don't want to butcher it. That's one reason why I don't want to ever mix like hip hop and rock. There's a couple songs I like the PE with Anthrax, and the Judgment Night soundtrack is dope as fuck. But to me, I love rock shit and I love hip hop, so mixing them is like butchering and shit. I got such a love for each that I'm not into that shit. But it's really integrity, bro, and then an ego on top of it. A lot of people just go off their ego. But it's like, I'm coming from a point of view of Bobby Craves. It's this character I created,
right?
You know what I'm saying? So I'm coming from his point of view.
Ego, edging God out. That's like the acronym that I learned. Edging God out, I like.
Yeah, but you know what? I have to say, big up to Bobby, man, because Bobby really does have a vision, and you got to think, like earlier on, you was talking about like the group and like how Wu-Tang were a group and went off as individuals, and what Bobby has done is the opposite, man. Like you said, we're all established people in their own right. So when we come together as a group, there's not that pressure to have this amazing album, amazing release. We just come together and make art every single time, and that really is down to Bobby. And Bobby's that, like, I know he doesn't want to take, like, salute, he's the head, but he's able to make the hard decisions, and we can just throw our fun at the group, man, and what sticks, and so whatever comes out, it just always comes out fire. So big up Bobby, man, on that.
Amen.
And WhichCraft is just a strong-headed man. I'm very lazy, and I think the rest of us, we're all very easygoing. All 25 of us, but Yeah, Bobby and WhichCraft, they're the ones say, no, come on, let's get the work going, you know, and pull all that talent together, man. And when we all pull out that 16 or whatever, man, you hear it.
Pharaoh will be like, I got you, I'll let you know. And then out of nowhere, Pharaoh will just send you like this classic verse. You'd be like, I didn't even know. I wasn't even expecting anything, so I don't even have to have expectations for Pharaoh.
Your verse on Rain, bro. Your verse on Rain, Pharaoh, bro.
That's what I'm saying, man. Like, I didn't even know he was gonna do it. He was like, I'll let you know. He's like, I'll be in contact.
Yo,
appreciate it.
Let me just say, Pharaoh Serge is a pro at Zoom calls. You could tell he's on Zoom calls at his job all the time. My man knows how to just stay quiet in the back, let them talk. It's only a couple more minutes, and I could go freaking eat something. No.
I want everybody. You know, everybody gets their chance. I don't feel like, you know, I'm listening. I'm enjoying the vibe anyway. So either way.
So Pharrell, it was your verse that got me really pulled into certain ones, man. You did this verse, I forget the name of the songs, there's a million of them, but where you just explain your life in Russia and how you grew up, and the tune's funky. You can just listen to your flow and dance off the flow, but when you listen to it, man, you hit me in the soul, man. And Pharrell's got different angles, man. He's a Wu-Tang hanging in himself. Salute Serge, man.
And he's got a German last name too, right? I mean, how did that happen?
Well, I was born in Russia, so I'm not that far from you in that sense. I came over here when I was 7.
I came over there when I was 5. Yeah.
Right. So, you know, and basically just kind of went from there. That's where I got my last name from, because one side of my family is from Ukraine, and that's where the Schneider came from.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you know, because there's a lot of intermixing.
There's a real big comedian out here called Helge Schneider. You got to check him out. He's crazy. He plays piano and like guitar. He's really funny. Like even though he's speaking German, Helge.
He's like, if you understand what
that shit is hilarious, dude. But yeah, that's cool, man. Yeah, I think back in the day, like the Tsar and the princess or something married a German.
Oh yeah, they definitely had their little interactions throughout the day. For sure.
Yo, so let me find out that Bobby Craves is out here like a fucking like the old man in freaking Umbrella Academy, fucking picking up motherfuckers in different countries, freaking talented motherfuckers from different countries to form this freaking super family, dog.
Bobby.
Yeah.
Yo.
Man. You know what?
Yeah, we can't forget Diesel in Australia. Boom, boom.
So Diesel's from Australia.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's what's nuts, man. Me and him made an album like back in 2015, 2016.
Oh, I gotta get that shit.
Yeah,
it's called Beast Mode. It's called The Art of Raw.
Oh, man, I gotta get that.
And that's actually, I think Evidenz has a track on there too, right?
Yeah, I think I made it, but Beast Mode, that was my real intro into, because Diesel got me into the group. So yeah.
And I knew Juan Sclobie because that's actually how I knew certain ones, because I met Juan Sclobie through a rapper called So Realistic, who was on a football team in Germany. And he was rapping, and we got together, and he was like, yo, you need to beat Juan Sclobie. That's like your brother from another mother, man.
And I told Bobby I was working with Juan back in 2012, dude.
Yeah.
Juan, that's crazy.
I had 4 songs with him from that time.
Check this out. I connected with Juan back in 2006 through this dude, Ivan Ives, that was from the West Coast. And I was on a little mixtape for Ivan Ives that Sclobie produced. I forgot all about him until I met him again through Bobby. And it took us a minute to actually realize, like, wait a second, that joint you produced, I was on that joint. That's me.
That's crazy.
Yeah, Sclobie's the original dude in the crew making the beats.
Okay.
He was the first person who started this whole thing. It was me, him, Serge, my brother, and like White Owl and the Wiz.
Yo, salute White Owl. You see, that's why I'm here. Like every time I would freaking hear somebody else's in certain ones, because White Owl, who freaking rolls with freaking our brother Rhinoceros Funk, man.
MC White Owl, yeah, man.
Fantastic. Can you guys, just for the people at home and just so we could have it documented, I would love to have it documented. Could you run down the list of freaking certain ones, card carrying members?
It's me. It's Keith Wookiees, a DJ, does the cuts. You got Guttermouth, Scripts the Lot from Chicago.
Clanarchy UK.
Clanarchy's another beat maker in the crew.
Green Dutch.
Reign Supreme, Jimmy the Grunt, Green
Valley.
Dutch is from Philly. Nobody Else.
Yeah.
Dolly, Mort Grimm, Paranormal,
Humor.
Uncle Moon.
Uma Simone, Stress, Champ the Poet, Mugnito, Aztec the Barfly.
Oh shit, Aztec is fire.
Yeah, bro. He's one of the newer dudes in the crew. Me and him have been working on tracks together for a few years. And then once again, it just turned into like, yo, it's just, he's part of certain ones now for about the last 2 years. So.
Yo, you guys, I wanted to ask, who would you compare yourselves to? Because a lot of people, especially growing up in our age, everybody wanted to have a Wu-Tang type crew. Yeah, right, and there's one Wu-Tang, but you guys went far beyond that. Who would you guys liken yourself to? I know who
The Eternals. There was a Marvel book that Neil Gaiman wrote years ago, and it was called The Eternals. They made a corny movie about it, but the Eternals were like the highest of higher superheroes. You know
Did Neil Gaiman write that for Marvel?
Yeah. Long
Neil
time
Gaiman
ago.
is a beast, yo.
Yeah, Neil Gaiman, yo. Neil Gaiman.
I read a lot of Gaiman. I read American Gods, and now we're following the Sandman freaking series that's on Netflix and stuff.
I started watching this shit too.
Yeah, it's a little slow and stuff. But I figure we're trying to get into it. Who, Bobby? You're sort of the founding member and stuff. Who would you liken the crew to?
The comparison, us, bro. Ain't no comparison, man, because we're doing something different. Even with like the way we all connect from we're us being all over the world. It's like we was doing this shit before Zoom and the pandemic. You know what I mean? So when that shit happened, we was just kept the cookie rolling. I don't compare us to nobody. We're on our own lane, man.
Yeah,
I figured do that.
Especially, there's so many different flavors in the crew. There's still something for everybody. So it's like, that's one thing about the crew is so many different styles. But as long as there's like the narrative is hip hop, everything works, man. It's mad continuity, and that's really what makes it work.
There's this story that back in the days in England, where my brother's from, is that like Keith Moon and John Lennon and like Elton John and all these dudes would be up in one room hanging out together like all these like icons that created what music is now. It used to all hang out and jam together, like have their own ciphers. And to me, that is like absolutely amazing. Like that should be like, so that to me, if any comparison, I would say, I think we're all like that because we're all like leaders in our own right, but we're not, there's nobody that's just a member of the crew. We're like, we all do our own thing, like you said, just like that room of great musicians that I would have loved to have been in just to listen,
Serge, you were gonna say?
Yeah, no, I was just gonna add to the fact that like when there's a comparison that's made to Wu-Tang, for example, because of the size of the crew, but just to kind of reiterate the fact that it all kind of came about organically. Like we didn't set out necessarily to have a collective. We kind of changed like the title of what we were as we went based on how many people were coming into the crew. So like initially it kind of was a group kind of thing. Then it kind of went into a clique kind of thing. And then it became a collective kind of thing. You know what I mean? And so it wasn't necessarily our intention to be this or to be that. It's kind of just what it became. Oh. And that's kind of where we're at, you know what I mean? And so I like to think that, and art plays a big role in it too, It's like Bobby was saying, he's into a lot of different things. I think a lot of us, we're all into a lot of different types of things. But if you think about it, hip hop started from fragments of everything.
Word.
You know what I mean? And so we just kind of rolling with that same sort of vibe, basically.
If I could, I would compare you guys to, if anything, near like a Project Blowed, where it's that family where everybody's doing their own albums, bringing their own albums, but they're just known under that. And that's a respectable, like when I hear Project Blowed, I'm there like top lyricists that take this culture serious in all its elements. When I hear certain ones, come on, man. AC Alone, Freestyle Fellowship,
AC is another one.
Come on, everybody who's come out of that camp has been freaking crazy, and the people who've been influenced. Now we have Blue, that's a child of that camp. Afro, which is a child of that camp. Yo, and
not Project Blow, but Living Legends, yo.
Oh, Living Legends, fucking hell yeah, yo. And they all grew up in that Lamarck Park, Good Life Cafe, Project Blow freaking scene. And you guys are providing that for our generation now, man. I want to tip my hat off to you guys, because being that unit that that you guys said, there was nothing better than growing up and watching the hip hop videos and seeing, oh shit, Bahamadia in the Roots fucking video, and oh shit, Jay Dilla's down with them, and Busta's down with them, and you see everybody in the video together, and that sense of family, that sense of community makes it bigger. There was nothing better than that source picture where it was like 3 pages wide of everybody outside of the stoops. See the whole scene out there, the community, and what you guys have built is a community that we could look at with pride, man, and say, yeah, I fucking rocks with that, man.
Yeah.
I got 2 brothers that are fucking 4 o'clock in the morning overseas and stuff.
No, we're good, man. Like I said, this is my normal hours, man. I was gonna say it's funny that you mentioned Jay Dilla, because on this oral album, like a lot of the tunes at the beginning, they're actually heavily Jay Dilla inspired. If you hear, like, because that's where I've been lately. I started off with the Premiere, went over to the Ninth Wonders, and kind of landed on Jay Dilla, and kind of been stuck there for a long time. But yeah, if you listen to like tunes like Rain and stuff, I really feel like, yeah, man.
That's sweet. Could you tell us a little bit about Heart Spark, man? It's one of my favorite singles of the year, right? I love that.
Yeah, so Heart Spark, man.
I love it's just you and WhichCraft on an album that's a lot of features and stuff, but that track was freaking beautiful. Can you tell us about flipping that?
Yeah, Heart Spark, that's a crazy one, because Heart Spark was actually a throwaway beat, but just something inside me told me that I need to show this to WhichCraft, even for just his own entertainment, because when you get along with an MC, sometimes you just need beats that they can ride to, not necessarily use. And I was going through my girlfriend's CD collection. I said, let me sample some of your music, some of your R&B, and see what you got there. And I came across Eric Benet, and I was like, okay, this is, yeah. So I was just experimenting. If you listen to the beat, you can just hear that like kind of delayed knock on the reverb, on the snare, and that's not usual, right? But yet again, that's me playing around with the whole Jay Dilla thing. So I was just like, oh, okay, and just decided to roll with it. And then WhichCraft, like I said, he just sent it back, and I was like, oh, okay, man, like I hear this different now. So what WhichCraft did with that was just crazy. So you have to big up to him on that, man, because for me, that was just a throwaway beat. And I always like continuous ooze. That's a thing for my beats. I like if you listen to Ever Ever, walk on by, and it just doesn't stop. So again, that's me trying to do ooh, another long vowel, and
I like that.
Yeah.
Oh, Craft, when you heard the beat the first time, did you recognize the sample?
Nah, I mean, I think Eric Benet is a good singer, but I'm not too familiar with.
Oh, you never heard that album?
No, I never even heard it, so I didn't know what the hell it was. I just thought he grabbed some obscure track and.
My first marriage and stuff, our wedding song was on that album. So for a long time, and that joint that's on for the When You Think of Me. Oh my god!
Wow!
And it's a song where he's telling his ex-girlfriend, he's like, oh, don't you fucking hate that you let me go now that I've made it and stuff, and aren't you eating your heart out now? So it's like a freaking a song jabbing it, like turning the sword in their heart. It's like freaking real badass song. So when I heard it, I'm like, oh shit, he flipped the Eric Benet, mad nasty. A lot of dope stuff, man. I actually got on to Play on Words late, man. I play every single that you sent me, Crap, and I heard it for the first time when I was going through and doing the write-up, man. Fantastic lyrical. I mean, is that you run the gamut, man. You can do the wordplay, the punchline thing. You could do the playful raps, and you could do the conscious. Speak to their soul and give us something deeper. But on that, it was dope. It was like hearing that Cannabis track on the album. That freaking.
I'll take that.
Yeah. That one good track where all the punchlines are there. You're like. Oh yeah, that's what I came for and stuff. Fantastic track on that. You guys as a crew that have helped put out Aura, you guys listening back to it, what are some of your favorite cuts on it?
My favorite one's Play on Words.
Okay.
That's my favorite, man. I love the whole album, but that one.
That's craft.
Yeah, I love Play on Words, man, because I think that's our first song together, and that onwards, and to know that you've already got a metaphor, some crazy hip hop metaphor straight from the beginning on that, and it's just that one tone, dum dum da dum da dum dum.
That's my kind of shit, bro. I wish I could have spit on that one.
Bobby, I'm a big bass man. Yeah. But mine's Rain. Mine has to be Rain, just because for that beat, let alone, man, and then just the way that Pharrell, man, his voice is a kind of like a calm storm in itself, and WhichCraft with the thunder voice, man. So yeah, Rain.
Mine, favorite track on the album.
What's that?
Mind, my bad. Fortified Mind. If I have to say the first.
Oh, what's up, man? Man, I would have to say the one we did, man.
Aura. Wow.
Aura, yeah.
I mean, because that
you killed it, man. You killed that crazy.
Not to be self-indulgent or anything. And I love what Serge did. I love Serge's verse. I love Bobby's verse on that other joint. I love Diesel had a couple. I mean, his verses were, I gotta say, like, you know.
Yeah, he killed it on its war now. Yeah, but no, Fortified, you killed it, man. Aura, you killed it.
I'm just saying, because it's kind of like that beat and that melody is kind of in my heart, and then the whole switch where like WhichCraft takes over. It's like, and then that beat's like,
bro, I never heard you on a beat like that before, bro. I've always heard you on some slappy, you know, in your face shit, and that you was on some laid back shit, man, and you still went in hard.
Oh, what are the shrooms like out in Germany, bro?
How do you know, man? How do you know?
A naked loon told me, dog.
I forgot. I totally forgot I had that in my shit.
Who told you?
Yeah, like in 2014, 2013, 2014, I had like these very interesting experiences with like high doses of shrooms out here. I had a friend that grew it, so I was trading herb for it. So I was basically getting them for free. So like every Sunday, I'd pick out a really, really quiet time to where there's no traffic and all that. And then cut all the electricity, cut all the sound, cut most of the lights, couple candles, and then fucking just sit there with my bong, be like, I trust you, I honor you, I love you, fucking teach me. I'd be like, teach me. You know, I'd be like, and that's what it's all about. Like I stay like trying to learn. Like I love learning shit. I love like figuring out shit. I love understanding shit. I love just like, you know, also being able to put myself in other person's shoes and see where they're coming from, and, you know, not try to always, you know, but yeah, man, I just took a bong rip. Yeah, but the shrooms are great. Yeah. Pretty good. I like the B positives, the golden teacher, the B positive golden teachers. B positive grow very well. Okay. All you have to do is give them a little peak of light every day, just like half hour.
Wait, what?
Yo, he's dropping gems right now, yo. Go ahead. Yo.
If you get these,
way over my head.
If you get these mycelium, 100% colonized mycelium blocks.
Like mycelium fibers?
Mycelium blocks. You can just order them. You just spray the bag, dude, and they just like come out every week. Like they'll be like
Fortified to
I was watching a documentary where they were packaging them and stuff, and they're like, yeah, the little mycelium blocks. It looks like a freaking block of soil and stuff, and then you say and you grow them there in your house. They
go to supergrow.com. Supergrow.com is 100% colonized.
None of us are going to be able to run for mayor
ever. Yo,
5 years after this interview.
Yo, WhichCraft is looking out for his political future. All this time I thought you really loved Mother Earth.
For mayor.
All this time I thought you really loved Mother Earth. It's all a political ploy. Yo, Serge, favorite track on the album, brother?
I'd say Play on Words as well, and I guess I would have to say Rain as well, because not specifically because of what I did or whatever, but just again the track, the way that it was kind of constructed, the vibe of the track. It was just, it had a, had enough of a vibe to, when WhichCraft was talking about, he didn't expect necessarily that I was going to come through necessarily with that kind of thing or whatever, but it was because of the track. The track pulled me in fast enough, and I was able to actually, give it some oomph. So yeah. So those would be my two. But there's quite a few other ones too. I think everybody kind of wrecked it. So
the album is full of bangers. Ever is a fucking great track on it. One of my personal favorites is Inner War, right? The beat on that is fucking beautiful. What Kraft did on there, just a hard truth of himself, and freaking most of the times Kraft is really optimistic. Cup's freaking all the way full. Let's all swim in it, and freaking there's a fucking water slide here too, guys. Just jump in the cup with me and stuff, right? But that was him at his rawness. And then Pharaoh, are you on that one, or is that Bobby on that one?
Nah, it's Diesel and Dolly.
Diesel and Dolly, yeah, bomb. They kill their verses on it. The beat is great on that. Just a great album, man. From
thank you. Yeah, man. I mean, I messaged Diesel on his verse, man. He went in, and you can hear his voice breaking halfway through that, man. So that caught me. And WhichCraft, man. Yeah, he went in. They all bled on that track, man. So yeah, that's another one for me too.
But since Rain has come up a lot, I think I'm gonna end the interview once we're off with playing Rain. So everybody out there knows you can get Aura on WhichCraft's Bandcamp.
CertainOnes.com too.
CertainOnes.com. That's what I wanted to push. Everybody.
And the merch is sick. People would love the merch on.
Look, my man Bobby, you profess to be of the skater culture and rep skater life and stuff. Has Power Peralta come after you for the Certain Ones logo? Or
I mean, it's a different skull with the hat like this.
Okay.
And it's a parody. I mean,
does it work like that?
What hip hop is, man. I mean, we sample and take stuff all the time.
Yo, I guess if somebody could take Mickey Mouse's gloves to make freaking like the gun movements and the dollar signs and stuff, you could take the Power.
I mean, I'm sure if we start making mad bread off it, he goes, then maybe they come after me.
Right, we'll wait for the season.
But right now, ain't nobody. It's all love, man. Hopefully, it stays like that.
I want to see Certain Ones skate decks, yo. Each one of you guys have your freaking own skate deck, man. Guys, where can they find you guys individually? Where can they follow you guys and be Certain Ones fans for life?
Instacrap.
Oh. What do they follow you, Bobby, on Instacrap?
Certain Ones, Instacrap. Bobby Craves at Instacrap. That's the best, man. Just whatever you want. That's the easiest. Of course, we're Twitter, all that other stuff too. I'm mostly on Instagram. It's fun. I'm not like I don't really go on there and talk about how great my sandwich was today or nothing.
Right? Yeah, exactly.
I do.
Come on, know about your sandwich, man.
we network all our stuff.
You got that
on
Dijon
there.
on it? All right.
Yeah.
Yo, I swear to God, Fortified Mind has been the greatest guest. Yo, he keeps I hear him talking, and I feel like I'm on shrooms, dog, because I'm here like he's in Germany. From Connecticut, sounds like freaking he's Texan, right? His fucking accent goes every which way. If he starts speaking Deutsch, I'm gonna fucking lose my fucking mind, dog. Yo, Fortified, where do they follow you, brother?
Oh, just at Fortified Mind, any and everywhere, man. Fucking.
Is there any spaces or underscores or dots on IG or just Fortified Mind?
Oh, on IG, it's there's no spaces. There might be an underscore. Just Google it and then you'll find it.
Try it any which way. Wow.
Yeah, it's all good.
I'm gonna be freaking writing to some Fortified Mind who lives in Texas now and not Germany and stuff.
No, I got the Stoned Ape Theory ape on there. It's a monkey with a t-shirt with
that track kills it, by the way.
What is it? Stoned Ape?
Stoned Ape Theory is a shit.
Oh, Stoned Ape Theory by Fortified Mind?
Spit for like 5 minutes straight.
Jesus.
Oh, I gotta.
Oh yeah, it's 100.
Myceliums.
It's 100. It's 100 bars, and it's about. I actually started off to where I take the perspective of an ape back in the day, trying to get fruit in the trees, but then the trees dry out, and then I have to find food on the forest floors when then there's four-legged animals shitting, and then there's a lot of shrooms. So like, of course, I'm gonna check out what it is because I want to feed my family. And then
which one you eating, man? Which one you eating? The shit or
the shit or the shrooms?
yeah.
Oh man!
And of course, it's gonna help me hunt. It's gonna help me reproduce. So.
But
I could not.
It hasn't helped me reproduce just yet. But
I could not hunt a buffalo fucking tripping shrooms, dog. I could not hunt anything.
Oh man,
Pharaoh, where do they find you, brother?
Well, it stimulates visual acuity. The outline. Well, basically, what it does is connect all 12 regions of the brain. That's what happens.
We got Timothy Leary over here.
Visual acuity is going down in my fucking book tonight, dog.
Yes, me too.
Acuity. But the main thing is it connects all 12 regions of the brain because usually we're in our neural default mode network, which is our thought patterns that we have all the time, and usually we can't think out of the box because those thought patterns have been strengthened over time, and like you can't teach a new dog old tricks, whatever. Sometimes you got to shatter that default mode network and get back out of the box and outside yourself. And once you've had a bunch of ego deaths, then it's easy to laugh at yourself sometimes when you see yourself being like inflated sometimes, or you see other people being inflated for no reason and you laugh at them. But it's
wow. Love it, brother. Yo, words from Fortified Mind.
I mean, I don't sit there laughing
and runs
at
around naked like a
anybody.
loon, yo.
I don't laugh at anybody, man. I'm just saying, like,
not out loud, but in his mind, he's
well, laughing. I mean, in a way,
and it's echoing.
Like, you're like, okay.
Serge,
but anyways,
Serge, where do they find you, brother?
Oh, just that Feral_Serge on Instagram.
So easy, yo. And Feral, Feral, Serge.
Correct.
Correct. At Instagram.
Yes,
yo, Evie, where can they find you, brother, and hit you at freaking righteous times of the day?
Instagram as well. DJ Evidenz, so it's Evidenz. If you're putting it in Google, make sure you do EVI space DENZ or put a dash in between. Like people always get it wrong and stuff, but it's just Evidenz as in Denzel. Yeah.
Yo, come on, do it. do it. Yo, Craft, where do they find you, brother?
WhichCraft 7 and WhichCraft 75 on Twitter, and it's just the spelling. Sometimes people get it twisted. It's not WhichCraft.
Yo,
it's not WhichCraft.
Just so you guys know, 2 years ago when Kraft first sent me his first singles that I started playing here,
he's like, this dude is singing this.
I saw his name. I'm there like, oh God, here's another one of those Griselda freaking mugs, freaking satanic cover artists and stuff, right? And I started playing his album. I'm there like, that's not a say. This guy's borderline Christian rapper.
Borderline Christian rapper.
Yo, and I love WhichCraft ever since, man. Guys, it's been a pleasure having you guys here tonight. Everybody,
thank you.
CertainOnes.com. Go over there, make sure that their numbers show that we freaking flooded them tonight. Follow them on IG. Let them know you saw them here on WVCC Life Radio. Fellas, one by one, I just need a drop. It's very easy. You just say your name and let them know you're rocking with WVCC Safe Life. Just like that. Bobby, can you do that for me?
Yeah, Bobby Craves, Certain Ones. You're rocking with Safe Life, WVCC.
Blow. Yo.
Yeah.
Mine. We get one.
Fortified.
Yo, what's up, man? This is Fortified Mind, rocking with Certain Ones, and we out with WVCC.
Oh, shit. They cut them off right on. Yo, we're going to play this freaking joint right here. That was the Certain Ones, man. Thank you for everybody who rocked with us all night long, man. That was a great interview. We're going to play this Rain, y'all.